All right, kids, welcome back. Christopher,
Gronk.
we're going to run it short, sweet, and clean today, as clean as we can. And we're going to talk about the little engine that could Spider Man Brand New Day. And probably a few other things too, but that's really the review that I wanted to cover since it is movie week here on Triple SC.
No, that's right.
We try to alternate back and forth, give Christopher a week to talk about his things, and I take the next week to talk about, oh, I don't want the stars or the Purple Mountain's Majesty, whatever you got.
You got a
Anyway,
nice broad horizon of what you like to talk about. Makes it unique. Everybody knows the bland conversations we're going to have that I'm bringing up.
oh, shush. So, uh, Skylar and I had the opportunity to go see that uh, last week. They did the advanced day shows as they have always done, at least as far back as Spider-Man when they did the midnight shows on Thursday nights
We're
and
talking like
two,
Tobey Maguire,
yeah,
Spider-Man.
2002. That's when I first started seeing them do the advanced night screenings.
Okay,
And a buddy of mine that I went to high school with actually worked at the theater.
nice.
And he's like, hey, if you want to go, I'll take you. I can get you in for free. And I was like, the fuck you mean do I want to
Yeah,
go?
you already said too many words. Let's make it
Say
happen.
less.
Yeah,
Why are we still waiting here?
that's right.
So, and without being, I've been on my share of mandates. Okay, I've done. We've all done it. It's like, hey, you and your buddy got a thing. You have dinner beforehand. You go to a movie. Like I've been on mandates. There's no shame in it.
That's right. The bromance is real.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll tell this story for free. Are you sure? Yeah. Before we get into Spider-Man Brand New Day, let me tell you about going to see Captain America: The First Avenger. Okay, so I went to see that movie with a buddy of mine
Really?
who decided that he wanted to bring a buddy of his who I had never met before.
Okay,
And this is going to veer into the conversation of movie theater etiquette and personal preference. Let me put it that way.
that's fair.
And so we sat down as you would in a movie theater. We sat down in our seats. And as soon, and I have always normally always sat right next to the person I go to the movie with.
Right.
And my friend sits down next to me, and as soon as his friend sees the two of us sitting down next to each other, he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize we were going to be all hugging up on each other and shit." And I was like, and I don't know, I don't necessarily think he was trying to be rude, but it immediately hit me the wrong way. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I started asking people now. I was like, "How often do you go to the movie theater?" And like, you need a bitch seat.
Right.
And no,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
now when they basically make you buy your seats. I mean, unless you're paying for the third person's. I mean, I guess you don't have to. You can pick two separate seats. When they show you the layout, you
Right.
could pick seats with one in between them.
Still run the risk of somebody getting it
You
though.
run you run that risk, and it's like, all right, well, then you're going to be sitting next to somebody you don't know rather than whoever you're going to the movie with.
Yeah. I don't want that.
And I've never had that. Now I'm not going to sit there and put my hand on. The romance is not going to go as far as me sitting there putting my hand on your lap or whatever, or
What are we doing
trying
here?
to sneak a kiss in the dark. But
Why are we at the movie theater together?
look, there's a face that I got to put on for the. I'm not going to tell them everything we do when we go to the movies.
My bad. Continue. Sorry.
Jeez, let some shit just be between you and me. Why do we got to share? So I now ask people what their preference is when they go to the movie theater, depending on how the movie theater is set up. AMC makes you choose your seats, and they have for a few years now, anyway, since 2016 or 17, back when the Kingsman: The Golden Circle came out, was when I first started really seeing it. And I'm curious what everybody's preference is. I don't need a bitch seat. I know usually I know the person I'm going to the movies with. I don't have no problem sitting next to him.
Yeah.
I have no illusions that man, I need a bitch seat because this looks gay.
Well, I mean, we got to sit here and we got to discuss some things. Like as we're watching the movie, like, did you do that?
You knew that was going to happen, didn't you? Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I ain't stupid. I called that 45. I called that the first 10 minutes.
That's just because you read some post that told you it was going to happen.
Uh, Second question. My second question is, I guess the first isn't. No, this is a question. What's your preference? Okay.
Yeah.
Second question is, am I that good, or are movies that predictable?
Well, I mean, inevitably, there's got to come a certain point where like you're running out of new ways to present something.
Pat, John said it once before. People are really good at pattern recognition,
Yeah.
and everything
There you go.
operates on a pattern.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I kind of like to think I'm just that good, but
Let's toot your horn real
I
quick. Go ahead.
tell I tell myself I'm really that good.
Right. But how many times of it has it been something you've read before?
I used to do a fair bit of research.
Because I know, like, I heard somebody talk when I was at the video game store about how they were telling Skylar, "Oh, there's supposed to be a lot of things in there that you weren't even supposed to be able to find out before." And he was like, "Yeah, pretty much everything that happened in that movie, I already knew was going to happen because some way or another it got spoiled on a
Yeah.
post or something."
So
So there was really no surprises to be had out of it.
to get into Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spoiler alert. Stop watching now if you haven't seen it yet. Let's give him a second to get logged back off here. All right, gang, if you're still with us, Mark, stop watching. You don't want spoilers.
We need the Jeopardy music at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, everybody else is gone, so all the cool cats, listen up. Here's what's going to blow your mind or not, because that movie didn't throw any punches I didn't already know about.
Right.
Like the internet spoiled everything already, down to the last nut.
Yeah.
It's all out there for consent. There's no nothing.
Even before it released.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything,
I
all
wonder,
of it.
I wonder how they get this information.
Insiders.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere on a movie set, somebody who saw the script, somebody in the industry, and there's no bad publicity.
Yeah.
So somebody in the end, I'm almost convinced that there is a system of soft leaking
Yeah.
inside the industry. Like even the people who are like, man, I worked really hard on this movie. Even they're like, man, all right, let's make this look like one of the extras snuck a phone in past security and
Yeah.
kind of soft shoe this thing out there.
Right. Because it just keeps your attention ready for the movie the
Yep,
whole
keeps
time
you
up till.
primed right up until release day.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that that doesn't happen. There's Kevin Feige, bless his heart. I'm sure he knows that the more buzz that generates on these movies, the more money they're going to make, the more people are going to go see them. And Spider-Man: Brand New Day is already insanely successful.
Yeah.
It just keeps making money. It made like $355 million on opening weekend, last I heard.
AMC's parking lot stays plumb full these days. I mean, it's never like that until something like along these lines comes out.
My personal review is that the movie is okay. It's acceptable. It's fine. I it entertained me. There's enough there to be emotionally compelling. There's scenes in the movie where I started to get the whole. We're good. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. There's no real standouts for me. I mean, things that welled up. Maybe that you qualify that as a standout. Maybe there's some pretty heavy, some heavy stuff in there, and it's all right. It's emotionally compelling. Like I did the thing I think they wanted people to do when they
Right.
watched the movie, but
Right.
I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10 just because of that. That's like saying, hey, Ryan Reynolds is in this movie. I went to see the movie because Ryan Reynolds is in the movie. I didn't know Ryan Reynolds was going to be in the movie. I thought you went to see it because he was in the movie. You know, you're selling Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
Right.
So going to see the movie serviced the thing that I was getting, the experience I was hoping to get was seeing Ryan Reynolds. Other than that, like it might have been complete crap, but I'm still seeing it because Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Right.
So
That's fair.
I don't know if that analogy makes sense. It does in my head, but translation might work a bit different. So what I am saying is that yes, there are things in the movie that I enjoyed, and that's most of the movie, and things that I think it did all right, but it was still just okay. They threw a lot of random things together in this movie and hoped that they held together well.
Right.
Like the sheer oddity of characters that appear in this movie together for some nonsensical reason that somehow still is
Right.
at least entertaining.
I still stand by my statement. I think they're just trying to set up really big for Doomsday.
Well, that movie itself really, now maybe when I watch Doomsday, it'll show me something different, but at least from my perspective now, coming out of that movie, it does nothing to set up Doomsday. It
Oh,
kind of sets up Secret Wars, but it does not set up Doomsday.
do you already have some information on both of these movies?
Uh, Doomsday, yeah, some.
Yeah.
I and they announced even more at Comic Con last week. Ryan Reynolds was all over Comic Con, and
His jean jacket, Deadpool
yeah,
outfit.
the gray Deadpool suit,
That was
which
an
is
interesting color scheme.
would you say it was intriguing?
I didn't take my intrigue and all today.
I'm on 3,000 milligrams a day some days. Some days I take about 3,000 milligrams of intrigue, and I think I have developed oh, what is it? A tolerance for the stuff because most things just don't intrigue me.
Yeah,
I think there's a numbness that is set in, a tolerance for intrigue.
that's fair. It'd be like that sometimes.
But I I watched No Way Home is a superior project. Like of all Tom Holland's Spider-Man films, No Way Home is the golden child. It is the standard.
Yeah,
And I don't know, maybe we're all waiting for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to show up in the next two movies because they did not show up in the one that we just watched. I already said spoiler alert. Do not get mad at me. And
they did show up in the one before though, didn't they?
that's No Way
No Way
Home.
Home. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay. That's
yeah,
what I thought.
yeah. But it's they did the same thing with this movie that they did with No Way Home, where they set up all these shots in the trailer that look like they've edited something out of them,
Yeah.
and people took pictures of Andrew Garfield on set. And up until the movie released, he's screaming bloody terror over and over again. It's not me, it's deepfake. It's
Well,
not me, it's deepfake. I am not in this movie.
nobody's not going to believe him after the last time he
And
said
that's
that.
that's the trouble he runs into every time anybody asks him anything now because nobody believes a word he says. Well, the reason I bring that up is because one of the actresses in this movie, her name is Sadie Sink. She's a redhead, and there appears to be telepathic goings on in the promotion for the movie. So everybody's looking at her saying, "Hey, do you play Jean Grey?" Which is a character from the comics. She's a mutant. She's a very powerful telepath. She eventually becomes the Phoenix.
Okay.
And everybody, oh, that's Jean Grey. She's Jean Grey. She's Jean Grey. What does everybody say? She's not Jean Grey. She's an entirely different character. It's not Jean Grey. It's not Jean Grey. No, it's not Jean Grey. Fuck no, it's not Jean Grey. Who is she? Jean Grey.
We had to have some surprise there.
And the director is like, there is a very good reason that we're keeping the character she plays a secret. No, there's not, because you've already telegraphed who she is.
Right,
You have done nothing to disguise her character. She's Jean Grey.
right.
And you just don't want to say that because what? It's going to hurt the market for the it's going to hurt the market for the movie, the box. Nobody cares. They did this with No Way Home, and No Way Home was a huge success.
Well, they gotta have something they think's gonna surprise you.
There's nothing in that movie that's surprising. They gave away everything. I don't know if they intentionally gave away everything or the internet gave away everything just to spite Marvel, whatever. There are
Somebody gave everything away though.
somebody telegraphed every single play in that boxing match. It is an airball worthy of the movie Snake Eyes. Okay, it is just the guy is 5 miles away from the punch and still goes down. That is how rigged this fight is.
Yeah.
It's no. They threw no punches. Nobody saw it coming. Nothing. Nothing. Not one. Which is unfortunate because when Infinity War came out, I stopped watching the trailers for movies I wanted to see. I stopped trying, I wanted to just be have as virgin an experience as possible when I went to the movies. I didn't want to know nothing. I wanted the movie to take me exactly where it wanted me to go. I didn't want to build any preconceptions.
Right.
I just wanted to
Take it all in organically.
to take it all in.
Yeah.
And it's gotten harder and harder to do
Yeah.
because the internet is here to stay.
Well, maybe you should stay off the internet.
I wouldn't even begin to know how to do that. Like that takes a lot of very dedicated discipline to just cut yourself completely
You
clean.
literally have 5 game consoles to divert your attention with. What are you saying to me right now?
I'm I'm saying that like think how many times you open your phone in a day.
I mean, if I could switch to game consoles, I probably would never
To
open it
I
again.
mean, even doing something as innocent as just opening your phone, especially if you've already got it on your Google card screen, you just start scrolling. You get on
Oh yeah,
Facebook, you start scrolling. You get on YouTube, you start scrolling,
Facebook's my doom.
and it's all there. Like those three portals alone
Have it all.
have it all. They've
As long as you've looked at something before, the algorithm knows what to keep feeding you, so it
yeah.
will continue to feed you that the product it knows you want to see.
Your phone is listening to you.
You're not wrong.
And every portal of technology that you step on or step into or operate through is doing the same thing. It is keeping track of what information it thinks you need it to feed to you,
Yeah,
whatever information it wants to feed you, because I'm pretty sure that AI is just trying to keep us all confused and spinning our wheels while it takes over the earth.
might be on some there.
Hey, I'm not stupid.
The data centers
I
are
see
pop.
the pat. I am good at pattern
Yeah,
recognition.
you might be a robot too, actually.
But there's good stuff in it. Like the last banger, just out and out banger I seen Marvel put out was Thunderbolts. Thunderbolt and Deadpool and Wolverine before that. Like they make great projects, but they also make very middling projects where it's like it's not offensive. It's it's serviceable. It's okay. I don't feel anything particularly strong one way or another about it. It's fine.
Right,
Like there's enough there to entertain me, and where I could like Fantastic Four: The First Steps is a great example. Like at the end of the movie, they have this whole Sue Storm has this whole I'm God moment where she just shoves Galactus through this interdimensional portal using her shield projection abilities.
right.
She just, I am God in the eyes of my child, and you will not, not those words, but that energy.
Yeah,
Well, it kills her. Like the strain kills her.
okay.
I'm probably spoiling this for you.
Tell me.
Spoiler alert. Shit.
You already said
General spoiler alert.
you already said that, so if they're still watching, that's on them.
Yeah. So when the other Fantastic Four members basically arrive, just collapse next to her, the baby is with them, and the baby, she's like, "Why isn't my mommy answering me?
Yeah.
Come here!" Like a typical toddler, and he grabs a hold of her, and he just starts loving on her and holding her, and just wills her back to life.
Yeah. Because we can't have the hero dead at the end of the movie.
She's like, it's a whole, you may be God, but I'm your child and I need you, so get your ass back here thing.
Right.
And I mean, if you expect me to sit here and tell you that in a very middling movie like that scene did not reach me, I'm not gonna do it because it
Right.
did.
Right.
Like, I mean, it was probably a dumb play, but it's like the Martha scene from Batman v Superman. Yeah, it's stupid, but sometimes stupid works.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna call it stupid. That's
I was about
that's
to say that's probably not the right word.
That's a stretch too far. It's silly, nonsensical, maybe. Whatever.
Whatever adjective you need for it.
Whatever you need. Like, it may be that thing, but I'm not going to say it didn't work.
Yeah.
Because it did.
It did what they was hoping it would do,
Yeah.
at least for you.
Just like Thunderbolts. The whole thing, if anybody's watched the channel before, they know the scene in Thunderbolts I was talking about.
What is Thunderbolt? What I know you've talked about it, but what is that? Who's the main character that story is supposed to follow?
Well, it's a group of all the anti-heroes that have popped up in this phase of Marvel, like Black Widow's sister, Bucky the Winter Soldier,
Okay.
uh, Yelena, her adopted dad, the Red Guardian, and John Walker, who was supposed to be the government replacement for Captain America. He's the guy that the government was like, we're going to give him the super soldier serum and we're going to stand behind him. Only, oh shit, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And then Sam Wilson had to be like, all right, you can't be Captain America. Captain America needs to be better than this. I'm taking the shield from you.
Right.
No, sir.
Yeah.
And then Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp and Bob. Don't ask me, just Bob.
Always got to be a Bob.
Bob. And anyway, it's this ragtag band of misfits who are all like, yeah, I've done dark and shady shit. Well, we got to figure it out because the world's at stake.
Right.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy if they were all dickheads on an even greater margin,
Yeah.
like borderline sociopaths,
Okay.
most of them. And it's like, all right, but we got to do better than this because that.
Then you enjoyed that movie.
Oh, tremendously.
Yeah.
Like it was it's one of the better entries I've seen in a great while. Like,
Did you recognize the pattern?
no, I did not recognize the pattern in Thunderbolts. Like, that movie genuinely took me by surprise.
Do you think that's why you enjoyed it so much?
It could very that movie end like the resolution of that movie defeating the villain comes down to them giving each other a group hug.
Okay. Which is something you're never expecting by the end of this movie.
Yeah, it was like it was a crazy thing. Like, that's literally the climax of the film. They're like, we're not leaving you. We're friends. We're here for each other, and they just all start hugging one of the characters, and that provides the proper resolution, the emotional resolution that dissolves the threat.
Right.
Just oddly, just somehow that it all worked in that
It doesn't
movie.
have to work, but if it works in the movie,
Uh, I don't get it, but it worked.
yeah.
But Spider-Man Brand New Day, I mean, it worked and it was entertaining, but I just don't understand that writer's room that's like, okay, well, we need five random things to write. Like, I think what they did is they were like, what would be a really cool scene? This.
Yeah.
What would be a really cool scene? This. And they did that five times. I'm
Yeah.
not maybe not five times, but just whatever random number. They come up with a random number of ideas that they thought were really cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, well, we like all these ideas. Wrap some kind of plot around it. I don't
Yeah.
even care what it is, just wrap a plot around it.
Right.
And that's how that movie got made. And that feels like what Marvel does these days.
Yeah.
They just throw a whole bunch of, because they want all this interconnectivity. They want all these balls up in the air. They want to sell like this is a massive undertaking, and it's all, we just got all these different things going on. And so you got all these characters who've literally never been in a movie together being in a movie together, and it's like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And that's kind of why is this the plot of this movie?
Batman. Batman.
I guess we're doing DC versus Marvel before either company really knows what the logistics are going to be on that one.
Yeah.
Now that would be surprising.
Oh, I'm sure it would. However, the internet would spoil that one years ahead of
Oh
time.
yeah,
Like that's not even going to make it to production before somebody's like, "Y'all, it's the crossover we've been waiting for," or whatever.
it's the crossover we never thought they'd do, but we're getting it anyway. So
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you think that's in the future?
oh, they're doing that again in the comics. Like they're doing the DC and Marvel crossovers in the comics again, which we haven't seen for 22 years, 23, 22 years, something like that.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy to
because they did
think.
JLA Avengers back in 2003 or 2004.
Did that run very long?
Oh, I think it was only about 5 or 6 issues.
Yeah. Pretty big size or just traditional sized
No, just
issues?
just traditional sized issues. I mean, it was just one, it was one storyline where they're like, "Hey, we're doing a crossover again for the first time in almost 10 years here.
Yeah.
Aren't y'all excited?"
Right.
And it went out of print, and I don't think they've printed it since, unless it's in that crossover crossover omnibus that I wanted to get my hands on. But um, so they're doing the comic book crossovers, and the hope is that one day all the licensing guys will quit throwing red tape up and just let people do whatever because as long as you're willing to pay the license, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if you're not willing to pay the license, the red tape is gonna suffocate you. Like they might as well put it over your mouth and strangle you to death because
Yeah. How, like, I mean, I see what you're saying that you have to pay for the license, but I don't see how you just don't take part in the movie itself and then just be like, all right, we're all going to agree to release the license to each other and we're going to write this and do this together.
there's too much of a commodity in holding on to the license. There's too much money.
Yeah.
That's the
It's the
only
driving factor.
that's the driving thing is because money.
Hmm.
That's gonna be what holds up everything. Like think
You
of
got that
think of
Mr.
the
Krabs mentality.
think of the King's ransom that Sony has on the license to
Yeah.
Spider-Man. They're not going to sell them back to Disney unless Disney pays them.
Disney would
Oh,
have to buy out Sony to
oh
get it.
yeah, they'd have to buy out Sony or give them so much money as to basically bankrupt themselves trying to get Spider-Man
Yeah.
back.
Right.
It's not cost effective. Like right after Endgame, before they got another licensing deal figured out, and Tom Holland takes a lot of this credit. He's like, I made these two guys come to the table, sit down, start acting like adults, and come up with an agreement.
He just wants his part in it.
Uh,
He's like, I want to
he's
be in a movie again. Damn it, give me a part.
I need another paycheck, and everybody likes me as Spider-Man, so you got to figure. But anyway, like right after Endgame, maybe real close to Far From Home, the license was going to expire, and they were going to have to figure out how to write Spider-Man out of the MCU because they weren't going to be able to use him anymore, which I think is a load of crap.
Yeah.
And that's just a lot of conversation that they faked just to generate buzz,
Yeah.
just to generate attention.
Yeah. Because there's no way.
There's just no way. Like they would not let that agreement expire. Like
Sony's making
Spider-Man,
too much money off of them.
Sony and Disney are making too much money with Spider-Man being a part of the MCU.
Yeah, it's just that's I can't even imagine thinking that
No, I think they just said that that was a conversation because they wanted to generate.
some hype or
Yeah,
worry or fear behind it.
yeah.
Yeah,
But uh, why is it like that with any character? Look at the fact that Hulk can't get his own solo movie made
yeah. Well, not
because
since what?
not since
Oh
the Incredible
six.
Hulk in 2008.
Close.
That's because for whatever reason Universal still got the license to Hulk standalone Hulk projects.
What do you mean Paramount? Didn't Paramount just buy out Universal?
Their Paramount's trying to buy out Warner Brothers,
Warner Brothers. Okay.
and a judge actually uh put a injunction or whatever the legal jargon is. The judge basically put a block on the whole thing until they held an antitrust lawsuit. And Paramount's like, all right, well, we knew this was going to happen, so we accept that, and we'll go ahead and push the date out a whole year until we get all this worked out.
Yeah, because I think last I heard they weren't going to be allowed to own like Cartoon Network or something
Uh,
because it was too many cartoons or some along those. They were owning. There
Yeah,
was going to be too much stuff that they were taking in.
I don't know. I don't know about that part of it. Like I haven't read that particular aspect of it, but I know that like everybody in the industry, a lot of people, and it's funny because the president of AMC came out and he's like, I need y'all to stop because I think this is a great idea for these two companies to merge. And then everybody else who has an opinion is like, I think it's a really bad idea because they're going to create a monopoly on content. They're going to blah 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 blah, piss and moan from either side,
Yeah.
pro con this whole thing to death where it's like
What are we doing?
great,
Yeah.
it's all digital era. You guys don't want us to have anything. You don't want us to have DVD. You don't want us to have physical media because that means you can't charge us for it again. You want everything to be a subscription like Netflix, Peacock,
Oh, there's like
Paramount
50 of them
Plus,
now.
Max. I
Yeah.
mean, there's 100,000 of them, and the digital era just keeps generating ways to make money for itself,
Yeah.
and that's what we're stuck with. And trying to suss it all out and figure out what's what and the whys and wherefore thou arts is it's exhausting, but we are here to help navigate it for you guys to make sense of it.
Even though we can't make sense
And
of it.
I'm struggling to make sense of it myself, but I will keep you in. The day I have it all together, it's going to be the biggest show we have.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's a topic we
That
probably
is
talk about every time we get together, regardless of whether it's something we talk about on stream or not. It just manages to be the topic of conversation because it's just everywhere.
watch out for it. When that episode drops, it'll be like I have it all together. You'll know it when you see it.
I've been like doomsday. That's how big it'll be.
It's going to be Doomsday this December because Avengers Doomsday is coming out with Dune 3,
Oh, really?
which is supposed to be the conclusion of the saga. It's a trilogy. Part three also comes out the same day as
Oh, wow.
Avengers Doomsday, so it's going to be like Barbie and Oppenheimer.
That is such a risk.
That's
Movie theaters can only hold so many people.
I and then honestly, I will say that's I the intrigue and all just kicked in a little bit, and I think that I am intrigued enough. I wouldn't mind double featuring that
That's what I was
day.
about to say. You're going to see a lot of people that are literally just leave one, what is it called?
One showing to go to
Yeah,
right to the other.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the room name, but yeah, you're literally going from one theater to the other.
One auditorium to the next. I've done that quite a few times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Especially if they're
I've
going to.
double featured. I've triple featured.
I would be really surprised to see that they don't try and set the movie up that way to where you can just walk out on one and go right into another. Like they keep one 10, 20 minutes behind the other.
If you time them right, it can be done.
There's at least a couple times a day that's going to happen regardless, I'm sure.
I saw, I want to say it was haunted. I saw Ocean's 8, Hotel Artemis, and, um, oh my God, a Tag. I saw all three of them in a row,
Back to back.
back to back to back.
What was the longest time you had between the two?
Oh, probably an hour,
Okay.
45 minutes to an hour,
Not
something like
crazy.
that. And then I think I saw Haunted, the most recent Haunted Mansion, Blue Beetle, and The Equalizer 3, all back to back.
Equalizer's a good series.
Oh yeah, somehow Denzel Washington was a perfect decision there.
Yeah.
But like we promised, we are going to cut bait and get out of here so that Chris and I can get on with our lives and you guys can get on with yours. But we will continue to keep you apprised of the comings and goings until we have all this sorted out, and then we'll put it in a nice, friendly package and ship it to you.
Just like Amazon.
Yep,
1 day shipping.
1 day shipping.
Till next time.
Take care, folks. We'll see you.